Hello everyone, welcome back. And this will be your general weekly reading for the sign of Pisces for the week of May 25th. And at this time I'd like to give a very special thank you to each and every one of you out there who have been subscribing to my channel and helping it grow and getting it noticed. Thank you. And of course for all the thumbs up on all the videos that you watched, and of course hitting the hype button. Wow. And a very, very special thank you to those who have left such lovely messages. It certainly helps me keep inspired to keep going, gives me inspiration. So I truly thank you for doing that for me. It is so much appreciated. Thank you again. And the Nine of Wands. So starting out with determination. You've completed something, you've changed some aspect in your life recently, and you are feeling like you have a need to make sure nobody crosses your boundaries anymore. So you're standing up for yourself, you've made this decision to course correct, and that's your final stand. You're mark in the sand. Nobody gets to cross over that anymore. And the Three of Cups. So look at the celebration, collaboration, get together. This could be an addition to the family, but this is definitely an invitation coming in. Friendships, collaboration, celebrations, community, happiness, and friendships in all sorts. And you are just absorbing the joy. So if this is an invitation to go somewhere, you may have been a little bit hesitant, but you are very glad that you didn't. That you went to this, because it is going to help you to see how wonderful you are, because people really enjoy your company. You really light people up with happiness. And the Emperor, very nice. You're just feeling more secure, feeling more stronger in your convictions. You're taking the leadership role in your own life now. You're feeling more stable, more structured, and you're following your own rules for a change. Instead of just, overseeing everybody else, you realize that your focus needs to be a little bit more inward. Practicing what you preach, setting up your own boundaries, making yourself happy first, which in turn just flows outward to everyone else who's close to you. Yeah. And the High Priestess, absolutely. There you go. Everything's going along much more in balance. You're trusting yourself, you're believing in yourself, and you have the power to bring so much clarity and comfort to yourself for a change. Things are really starting to balance out around you. Your finances are in good order. You're just feeling in a good spot. Happiness, joy, that inspiration of life again. Oh yeah. Ace of Rods. Absolute. Out with the old, in with the new, feeling more inspired. You have that spark about you back. There's an opportunity here for many of you. A new career, a creative project that turns into like an entrepreneur. Just something that you like to do. When you do something or like to do something, you put your heart and soul into it, and other people can tell just by the craftsmanship of whatever it is, and that can be growing a flower. Something so simple to some but not to others, but this is a labor of love, something that is just at the very beginning stages, that is about to, catapult you into the future that you desire. So good for you. Four of Cups, yeah, see? Smart enough to just step back ever so slightly. Remove yourself from different circumstances. Meditate on things. Really go deep. you're disconnecting from others so that you can see before yourself, like where you're going, what you're going to have, all that sort of thing. You're just trying to find your happy place this week. What's making you happy, not pleasing others, but your actual self. And the Queen of Pentacles, so that's an earth sign. So you definitely planted some seeds here, good ones. Your accounts are starting to grow. Your money's flowing in much more easily. There's a little bit of an increase here. And you're starting, for many of you, a new business. You know, maybe something that you used to like to do, like fixing lawnmowers. And now all of a sudden, your neighbors are realizing, hey, you know, would you give me a hand? And they pay you for it. So it really helps you to find, again, what's pleasurable to yourself. You know, no matter what, you're finding what comes to you is meant to reach you. You're sort of at that point in your life right now. You know, you're bargaining, hunting, you're making sure you're getting the best values for your dollar, no matter what you're buying. And that could be going to a market to buy a head of lettuce, you know. But you're making sure your money stretches much more farther. And the Six of Cups, so nostalgia, looking back at your childhood. Maybe you've run into some relatives, friends, people from the past you've heard from, and it just puts you in that Zen mindset, you know, happy, carefree, smiling. You could have been watching a show and it just sort of flooded you back to another time. But you're finding your calm spot, what's making you happy. And the Two of Swords. So you're needing to make a decision. You're sort of on the fence about this. You really are. You know it's time. And you have to do this because the universe will do it, with or without your blessing. So this is a difficult decision for you. You're weighing truly your options this week. You know, but you're at a deadlock. You know it needs to change, but you're not sure how to go about it. So you're really not taking action. You're just waiting to see if you can get that little more sneak peek on something. The Lovers. So there could be a good companionship coming in. Maybe you're hesitating about that, wondering, you know, you're on the right path. Is this the right person? And I don't blame you. You know, you're just looking at your life in whole. But this is, you know, coming together with a partner who is very much like yourself. You have the same idealistics, you know, the future. This is a good partnership. Now, whether this is a partner as in somebody you live with, or a partnership is in somebody you go into business with, there's many partnerships in life. And it could be all of the above. But you have value in this. And they and you. You know, you've done your searching. You found this individual who really completes you. And this is going to last for a long time. And you're very passionate about this. And they are as well. So this is really joining together of two compatible human beings. So wow. All right. Seven of Cups. You really got some decisions to make this week. And you are definitely trying to filter through them as best you can. You've had a dream that you wanted to get off the ground for quite some time. And you've thought about it. You know, dreamed about it. Maybe even tried to dabble in it a little. But you never really followed through on it. Now you're realizing that time is ticking away. And if this is truly what you want, you need to take this opportunity, this wishful thinking, and turn it into a reality. So you're searching right now for the purpose of this. Like, because maybe you already have all that you desire. And this is sort of like one of those whims. But you're realizing if you don't try, it's always going to remain a dream. So you're on that part of it that you know it's time to do something different. And the Empress, yeah. Feeling more comfortable in your own decisions. This is abundance, you're nurturing, you're very patient, you're developing things, and you're making accomplishments. And there is growth here. You're taking action. You're realizing nothing ventured, nothing gained, and you're taking that attitude towards this change in your life. Yeah, the Emperor. The Hermit. So you're going within, and I don't blame you. Doing some soul searching, asking yourself those valid questions, removing yourself from the chaos so that you can get a clearer picture of what it is, the truth that you're seeking, wisdom, where you belong, what inner guidance are you listening to for yourself. So you're meditating, you're soul searching, you're realizing this next move is going to be quite sufficient in your life. So you don't want to have any hiccups, or as best that you can do. So that's what you're doing. You're doing some real soul searching on your future. Ah, yes, and the wheel. Cause and effect. Time's up. Out with the old, in with the new. This is good luck, karma, and a life cycle. This is your turning point. And I did say that earlier. And this is going to change so many things in your life. And it's almost like fate. It's time. You've had your ups and downs. You know where you're at. You're secure within yourself. And you can step into whatever path you choose. So no wonder you're sitting on the fence here trying to make the right decision for yourself. It is a difficult one. But you are knowing it's time. Ah, and the Knight of Cups. Lovely. There's travel. This is usually by boat as well. Water in some sort. And that can be stepping over a puddle, by the way. That's still going over water. But this is knight in shining armor, come to save the day, come to help, reassure. This could be the beginning of puppy love, somebody that you have an interest in, or somebody has an interest in you. Hence why it's a mutual, and you have either met this person or about to meet this person in the most peculiar way. But it is just going to connect. If this is love for you, it's going to really put the sparks on overdrive. And the Five of Rods. So there may be a little bit of competition here for this individual. But you are very much confident in yourself, and should be. If there's anything for competition or conflict or disagreements, you're removing yourself from that. You're not participating in it. You're realizing, if it's meant to be, it will come to me. And that's how you're sort of approaching this now, whether that's a job or a new relationships or friendships. And it's really getting you the attention that everybody else is, trying to get because of your own stability. So I really like that card for you. Yep. There you go. The Pentacles. Your finances are going really well. Things are really starting to line up. There's definitely some travel plans here for you. You're going to go seeking some part of your neighborhood or wherever you're at, where tourists come into your town to see something. You're going to go travel there because you want to see what others are interested in. And your seeds are planted, your finances are in good order, and you are finding the strength you need to open yourself back up into adventures, taking travels, going for picnics, whatever it happens to be, going to that coffee shop that you always liked. But you're stepping out back into the world with more confidence about your future. So I'm going to pull you one more, Carol. That's your hesitation. Your Three of Swords. Heartache, break. This could have been a bad divorce, bad situation, infidelity. It's terrible when you have that done to you, but you're also realizing you can let it go now. This was the past, so you're stepping out of that, opening yourself back up into receiving the love that is just waiting there for you to you know, mow you over. And you're finally healed now, so that you can step into this life again of joy and happiness and acceptance that the universe is bringing to you tenfold. All right, and your oracle card. Be practical with respect to how you proceed. The ability to make anything more beautiful. Meeting someone who can help your dreams come true. Aw, perfect. And on that note, I will say goodbye for now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will definitely talk to you again next week. Bye for now.